Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. You know what time it is? It's Bleach time. Yeah. I did a live stream tonight with Joten. We were talking about One Piece manga and stuff and other shit. I was talking about WrestleMania. Yes, WrestleMania Sunday. I'm going there. Might do a live stream Monday night. But that's beside the point. Bleach. Bleach chapter review. I'm probably gonna do this, and then after it, I'm gonna do One Piece, and I'll upload both at the same time. Crime Edge, I'm going to do later today. Yeah, that's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna do Crime Edge later today. Good time. And the other two I'm gonna do later today. Or I might do it where I just do two, and then I'll do one later. You know, what happens. But anyway, Bleach. Chapter 532. This one was called, if I'm not mistaken, let me just check. What was this called? Oh, that's right. The White Noise. Now, this one was pretty short. Now, I don't know where I put this, this chapter of Bleach, because, I mean, it was pretty short. Not a lot happened, but the ending was boss. And the ending kind of stamped it to a certain extent, and it was actually not what I expected. I actually have to retort what I said last week with the whole thing about Oishin. This is the whole bit he was exposed by the. No, it was a different situation from that. So yeah. But anyway, pretty much what happens. We got the beginning of the chapter. We have Aizen. Motherfucking Aizen. He's basically talking about the whole thing with Kisuke, saying, what a fine gift you left us. Saying that all you do is you add a touch of Hito into the mantle, and you're basically invisible to anyone around you. And he's basically thanking him with that, and so on and so forth. And Ishin's basically saying that he knows, that the person who slashed him is not a hollow. It's a Shinigami. And he's like, where are you? Where the fuck are you? And he realizes it. And Gin's saying, oh, he isn't fooled. He knows who we are. We're done here, Aizen says. And he says that he's quite familiar with this Bankai. And with a wound of that magnitude, he can't really use it very well. He won't be able to use it. And Aizen's also continuing on saying, if he could defeat that hollow with his mere Shikai, it simply means we need to go back to the drawing board. And apparently this was one of Aizen's experiments. So go figure. Yeah, so more or less, Ichigo, But anyway, moving on. What happens is Kaname basically is saying how, you should don't call him that name. He's not that. He's saying that you should call him Whitey. And saying that it is the first successful created attempt we had as making a hollow with a base of a soul of a Shinigami as a base. And he says, indeed, forgive my rudeness, Kaname, and saying, but naming him like that with a black exterior is something that brings a smile to my face. And basically calling him a white contradiction, the White Noise. Because the hollow has a blackness around, armor. And they call him Whitey. You get the joke? You get the pun? So, and the rest of the chapter is mostly action. Ishin's going up against the Hollow and saying he won't have Bankai as an option to use. And Isha did something which I couldn't understand. He says, I don't really think it's going to be that easy, you fucking freak. He takes his blood that is on his back and he puts it to his mouth and does like spews fire to his sword and actually creates like this flaming thing around his sword. And he says, take that. And then Misaki's down below watching this. And I was wondering what he was doing there. But I think I figured it out. What he did was he took the blood on his back, put it in his mouth, and just spew it as fire onto his sword. So, at least that's what I think it was, what he did. And then we have him doing that and attacking the Hollow, and the Hollow's arm is ripped off, and Misaki's there and she's staring at it like intently, and Ishin says, "Oh, you're formidable even with one arm. I'm beginning to like you." And that's when the Hollow's about to get his arrow, and he says, "Not good," and Misaki intervenes. And Ishin's like, "Who is that girl? Who is the girl?" And then Aizen looks on and he says, "A Quincy." And Kaname says, "This is going to throw a monkey wrench in our plans." All men at once. He says, "Wait! Let us see what unfolds from here." I swear to God, Aizen must have had the hugest hard-on in the history of Bleach. His face was like, yeah. That's what it felt like. I tell you right now, man. That was ridiculous. It was like he was jacking off. He was like, let's see what happens. That's what it felt like to me, people. It really did. It felt like he was getting this huge fucking hard on with this situation. I was like, come on, motherfucker, stop. Um, and then we have Ishin. After that scene, we have Ishin chasing the Hollow and come back, and then Misaki's throwing arrows at it, and she's saying, "I was dexterity. I can't get a clean shot. If that's the case, then I'll." And she just spreads her arms out and lets it attack her. And Ishin's like, "You idiot! What do you think you are?" And then the Hollow bites her, and she says, "Perfect. You fell for it." And it says fire. And then she just hits a blast at the Hollow. Now, and that's pretty much what happens. Now, the thing about it though, when I said last week, I said in the beginning of this chapter review that I was wrong about a few things. What I meant by that was that scene. Because I thought what was going to happen was the whole thing with Ishin was going to be the one that had, the whole thing with the Hollow and Zuzatsu and everything. But this Hollow just bit Misaki. There you go. Now, that doesn't mean much because she's not pregnant with Ichigo, so it's not like, no, that doesn't make any sense. She's not pregnant with Ichigo, so you can't really say anything from that. But, if anything, this Hollow bit her. So, it's not far to suggest that she's been infected with it. Not far to suggest. It's not that far-fetched to suggest that. But, overall, this was a good chapter. It developed a lot of things. Shown us a lot of things. It's just it was a little bit too short. And a lot of shit happened. I mean, One Piece was the chapter of the week. No questions asked. Yeah, and I'll get into that later on when I do the One Piece chapter review after this. But this chapter of Bleach was... I want to give this a 4, but it's really hard to. But you know what? I'm going to give this a 4 only because of that ending. That ending with Misaki going ahead of the man. But now, it's one of those things because you look at it as saying as it was a good chapter and it's moving along. And this really quantifies everything about Aizen. It really does. It really. I just think about that scene. Let's see what happens. He's like, get off. Because a reason why I say it quantifies it is because now you really know for a fact, an absolute fact, he was responsible for Ichigo's development. He really was. He really was. No questions asked. Now, the real question I'm trying to figure out with this is if the hollow biting Misaki, does that have anything to do with anything? I just wonder, because I just wonder, does it have anything to do with her? Does it have anything to do with anything at all? Or does it just mean that it wasn't really that big of a deal? Because if it does, and it infected her body, and when she bore Ichigo, well, that, you know, that's true. That's true. I mean, I don't know though, because this happened before Ichigo was even born. So it's kind of a kind of thing, But overall, I'm gonna give this a 4 because Misaki went ham, blast this motherfucking hollow, and stuff. So yeah, that was awesome. As far as what I could see happening next week, don't really know. Don't really know what could happen next week. It's still up in the air. But I guess Aizen will retreat. And maybe we'll see her healing Ishin, so to speak. And we'll see further in from there. But overall, this was a good chapter. 4 out of 5. One Piece is going to get a high rating, obviously, because One Piece was really good this week. I might give it a 5 out of 5, One Piece. Maybe. But yeah, and that's all I got for you guys. So yeah, this has been Bonkai 922. Later today, I will do Crime Edge. Yes, Crime Edge. Watch this series. It is going to be a real shocker. I tell you right now, not to get off too much topic here, but Crime Edge, that anime is going to surprise people. Surprise you. It's going to be like, surprise! Oh shit. Shit got real. So yeah, I'll do that later today, along with Devil Survivor and this other show. So yeah. This has been Bonkai 922. I'll see you guys later. I'll upload this in One Piece. Misaki. Boom, bitch. She's a motherfucking Quincy. Yeah.